definitely implies the crustacean menace is out there. Don't you see it? It's staring directly at you.
There you go. We got adverts on Twitch.
It looks like some sort of teen drama.
It's Twitch Prime trying to convince me to buy something.
Yes, well done, Twitch.
Let's check YouTube.
Well, we're live right there. It's
Right
like
there.
a big
Yeah,
button.
Too late.
Well, while you do that, I'll
Yeah.
commit the worst atrocity possible. We are going to gather a report. And I'm going to get myself tossed out of this city.
Okay, so what were we up to?
Gather a report. The Khanate generally assumes that all foreigners are spies or worse. It would be a shame to disappoint them, but it might be dangerous to prove them right. As Karganian suspicion increases, this action becomes more difficult. If you have an intelligence network here, it's easier. Precious scraps, rivalry between the Leopard and Eagle clans. The concerns about Cleonard raids, some appalling gossip about the traitor empress back in London. Perhaps you shouldn't write that last one down, and move on quickly. That fella in the corner has an informer's look. I succeeded in a Veil's challenge. The higher the quality, the higher the chance of success. I now have one white and gold are watching you and menaces a Kagano's suspicion. What? And I've got one cardboard report. The only thing I really came for here.
So say hello to Bernie.
No.
Say hello to Potato.
No.
Say hello to NPC.
Hello, NPC.
Who says, green light, the stream is live. Go, go, go.
Fine. I'm on my way. There's no need to rush
So
me.
do you want to remind us what we were doing? I seem to remember you were low on fuel.
Oh yeah, I'm low on fuel, and I'm making it worse by going back to London now.
Couldn't you buy fuel there?
Yes, at extortionate prices, and I do not have the money.
Oh. So we're going to try and make it back to London.
On 2 canisters of fuel, yes. Or we hope that there's something in between here. We'll find out.
Yeah, we will, indeed. Hey, Spotted Cow. How did the test go?
If you had the test. You didn't need to have the test.
Oh, electric fish to the north.
It's alright, we have the lights off.
Spotted Cow is sending good moves our way.
Think you will need them.
Potato is saying, is it possible to glide our way home?
No.
No.
But luckily there's a port right ahead of us. So obviously they'll hopefully have cheap bloody fuel. Thank you, Port Cecil.
Yeah, here's hoping.
I shouldn't praise the day before the evening. Port Cecil probably doesn't have any fuel. Oh, I don't have money, I forgot.
You've got things to sell though, haven't you?
Do I? A sourceless silver glow, a haven for players and players of games. Port Cecil, rumbled convolutions of coral fill the water, glimmering with silvery light. The harder you look, the more you see shapes amid the chaos, almost as if they were sculpted. This one could be Cronalid?
Oh, how do I make this full screen, Mir? Is it
You right-click on the picture.
right click on the picture?
Full screen.
Full screen.
Display 0.
Oh.
Crenellated castle? What's the crenellated words?
Crenellated it means it has those up and down thingies
Oh yeah, that's helpful.
on the ramparts.
That one, a horse's head. What? Oh yeah, there is something like that.
Mm-hmm.
A neat little port huddles into the side of a coral island. Prosaic imperial docks and houses tucked away in a baroque organic chaos. In that curious civil light, among the frozen chaos of coral, the scene has the unreal air of a pencil sketch, crumpled and discarded. Right, chest? No. Explore the coral? No. Gather intelligence? Is that a port report? Oh, that's obviously a port report. Chest streams silver light. The older inhabitants of Port Cecil carry coral incrustations like a disease, splotched with silvery light. They like to go up into the limestone heights behind the harbour, to lay their heads against the pillars and towers, stare at the roof of the Neath, dream, open-eyed. Sometimes they speak of things far away. The Carnates, the Khans work, the smuggler wars, the Fathom King's secrets. Perhaps it's not all invented. A port report. Finally. Oh, I do have money. Where did that come from? Shops! Ha ha! They've got fuel at reasonable prices.
Indeed. Spotted Cow says, maybe tomorrow for the test if I find my energy. Potato says, I feel Mia would make a really good dungeon master for D&D. And Spotted Cow says, I've wanted to get Mia to DM a long time. NPC says he'd make a better interrogator. And Lieutenant Lucan's here. He says, hello there. Hello, Lieutenant Lucan.
I'm not sure if I'd make for a good interrogator. I'd kind of fall in between trying to be the bad cop, but ultimately just being a very confused good cop.
It's true.
Sal can do bad cops.
I can do bad cops.
Go do a bad cop now.
I'd say, tell me what you know, or I'll get your testicles in the grip of my hands and I'll twist and twist.
Jesus Christ, calm down, Sal!
Oh, you said bad cop.
This is not proper interrogation procedure. Do you want to scare the poor soul?
You see, this
Back off!
This is why you wouldn't make a good bad cop.
We have procedures in place, and you can't just go rogue on them whenever you want.
So your version of interrogation would be to make them write out the procedures in triplicate.
They have to
With
fill
no
out the
spelling
form
mistakes.
of their interrogation procedures.
Khans are like Mongols, underwater Mongols.
Are
Like
they?
Genghis Khan. Yeah, king of the Mongols.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. Is that just a general statement about Khans, or just these Khans here specifically?
Spotted Cow says, I've been trying to get him into a D&D game as a player, but no luck so far. Tammy says, lol, oh my god, that was hilarious. Hello, Tammy.
Hello, Tammy.
And hello, Sal.
Hello, Sal. You know, playing D&D is a lot of time commitment, that time that I don't have.
Largely because I've got him working for me.
Mm-hmm.
NPC says, bad cop, sadistic cop. I love it.
Hold on. It sounds the sadistic. How am I the bad cop? I mean, I'd like to be, but still.
Potato says, Sal, imagine waterboarding someone with pure lemon juice. Oh, that's just cruel. Lieutenant Lucan says, how does one play D&D?
Right. So you get a guy who invents a funny story, and then you get a bunch of guys who invent a funny character each, and then the funny characters pretend that they're interacting with the funny story. It's basically just a huge storytelling exercise.
Yeah, it's a bit like Skyrim, except, so I'd be a Khajiit who's distracted by butterflies and scared of her own sword, and Mia would invent a story which will keep putting my Khajiit along with some other people's crazy characters into scenarios where there would be lots of swords to scare me and lots of butterflies to distract me, and I'd have to roll the dice to see just how many butterflies there were in the room.
Could you move your cursor out of the way, please? It's annoying me.
Oh, Well, nobody else can see my cursor except you, so stop looking at my screen. You've got a screen of your own.
I mean, I know I have, but I need to look over there to see chat.
Mia is just a mere cop.
Can we save those conversations until after I'm done playing chess? Chess is popular in the principles. The port is full of exiles, drunks, and washed-up sea traders. They all play, often obsessively. Ooh, I can play with the rubble and win. No, hold on, not with the rubble. I can't play against rocks. They're very
the
patient.
ruffians, the
rabble.
The rabble.
That's what they are called, right? Not rubble,
Sure.
they're rabble. That's a word.
Yeah, that's a word.
Nice, thank you.
Yes.
Although be careful, the chess pieces are carved from skintalak. Here in the principles, that can be very dangerous. Anyway, I have fingers. I can play chess. A disciplined success. Odd thoughts bubble up each time you touch a chess piece. This one longs for home. That one has a secret desire for revenge against the slayers of its rank mate. This will be a queen one day. Those would do better as metal. You taste the metal. You ignore these thoughts, though, and move methodically to victory over your opponent. He blinks. Checkmate? He asks helplessly. Yes.
You taste the metal. What, like you pick the piece up and lick it?
No, I pick up the piece, and I'm receiving the memories of the piece, and that piece remembers tasting metal.
I see.
Probably because it died by metal to the face.
Sal, we demand that you give me a time off for D&D play, and I'll play a spotted cow. Potato said she'd still stay in
theoretically she
Whiterun.
could, but then I'm not getting paid, and where's the point of that? Can I be paid for playing D&D?
I'm sure it could be arranged. Bernie sent us an hour of the day. We shall have a look at that
Probably a
later.
picture of another cat. We'll find out eventually.
So it's the role-playing game, yes.
I've succeeded in the pages challenge, and I've gained 1 page. I've made some opening moves. Uh-oh. The coral is changing. I've made mistakes. I touched the coral and now it's broken. And I've gained 50 fragments. Nice. Should I explore the coral knoll around the
I think you should
port?
explore the coral.
Fine then. Explore the coral knoll around Port Cecil.
Knoll.
Sea laps dark around silvery coral. Humps and columns rise from the coral. A bewildering maze. Go carefully. I wasn't aware I'm signing up for a maze here. A privateer encampment. This was an empty cliff top above the bleak waves. Now it blazes with colour. Striped tents, coloured flames, the music of a pianola and kettle drum. Mustachioed women languorous? Languorous men play chess, carve bones, eat cats, and polish their terrifying brass weapons. These are the Iron Republic privateers, privates whose practices contravene the very laws of nature by having women with beards. I assume. I could attack them. I could creep close and eavesdrop.
You haven't got an option to, back away slowly.
I guess not. They are numerous, but lost to wine and music. You will have the element of surprise, but it's very hard to know exactly what those weapons will do. Or the Republic is privy to the gossip of hell. Creep close and you may learn impossible secrets. A 32% chance of success.
So it's a 50% or a 32%. Ooh. Hello, Zeron. He says, "Hi, Sal. Amir, are you sick?" He's recovering.
Now I'm dying. I'm sick. I've got a flask full of cough syrup.
Yeah, he's just taken a sip so that you could hear him guzzling the cough syrup.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't make as many noises as I'd hoped.
Can I get Avak as a DM? Oh, wouldn't that be good? So, Sal, when's the next season of the Nidd Space Engineers Whitelist starting?
As soon as Boris is back in action, and at the moment he's not.
It shouldn't be too long, though, because Boris's new computer is on the horizon. At the moment, he's hanging on with old components strung together with bits of string.
So probably never. Anyway, do we attack them or do we creep close and eavesdrop? I feel like, people should make a decision for me.
Well, I'm looking at that and thinking 50% versus 32%. I'd have to go for the 50%. Mia, would you like some tea?
Yes, as long as it's free, I guess I'd take anything. I mean, yeah, but there is a difference between, going in and stabbing a few merry men and just sitting in the corner and trying to listen. I feel like one has worse repercussions than the other.
I guess one is 50% chance of getting caught and the other is 66% chance or 68% chance of getting caught. I presume if you get caught, you get killed.
I'm assuming that if I get caught in the latter case, they just get, mildly annoyed with me, while if they catch me while I'm actively stabbing them, I'm for sure getting killed in return. I'm eavesdropping. A hive of murderous bees. The Republicans conspire gleefully in a tangled and multifarious pigeon. French, English, polythremic, the languages of hell. Oh yeah, I appreciate that French is part of the languages of hell. You can make out words here and there. Liver, thunder, expunge, consume. But it's hard to resolve them into sense. The longer you listen, the less sense it makes, until you begin to fear what effect their internal whispering is having. When your beau son turns to whisper to you, and you hear only the bleating of a goat, you realize it's time to retreat. I failed. And I've only gained 1 terror instead of getting killed.
Oh, okay.
I've made the right decision as captain. Anyway, I don't want to play chess again. So, offwards and onwards we go. Oh no.
So where are we going now? What's our next
We're
goal?
still to London. We have port report to file.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
People are talking about D&D. Spotted Cow plays in 2 groups, but not D&D, but Pathfinder. It's almost the same. Cell says, but it can be fun if everyone is getting along. Zeron says, Salamir, did I tell you I'm working on a fanfiction? I think you might have mentioned that, actually. Cell says, Pathfinder is based on D&D, right? Ooh.
They missed.
I think they were firing a flare so that they could easily hit you.
That's alright. They have no chance against my tactics.
You do have good tactics, it's true. But they've learnt from your tactics.
Well, did they?
They are pretty tough.
They mostly just seem to be lighting up the sea. Maybe they hope to attract some great monstrous beast.
Ooh.
Ooh, hull damage. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Ooh.
Oh no, oh no, 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 no.
Oh, mistakes were made.
No, it's alright, they're making more mistakes for me. Yeah, it's fine. I'm cool.
One more. Just one more.
I've defeated an Alakois-class vessel. Investigate the wreckage or leave it. Well, of course we're investigating. Captain, quick, over there, port side. Oh no. The legendary clay woman corsair. She clings tight to the last few scraps of floating debris, defeated but defiant. Do we rescue the pirate poet? Or salvage the cargo instead? That woman does look angry. We did just explode her ship.
She's a poet.
She's a poet, fair point. A poet who wears a lot of...
Tattoos.
No, I was going to say swords. It's a lot of swords for one poet, I mean.
Bernie says cargo.
Yes, the Heartless.
And I just missed what Lieutenant Lucan was talking about Metro Exodus and having a really bad depiction of Russia. And he wasn't...
Okay, people want her to die. The pirate poet is swallowed by the darkness as the proud light slides away. Clayman may not need to breathe, but they cannot float. Even their mighty bodies cannot survive forever down in the lonely black depths, where there is no hope of rescue. This far from civilized lands, it is unlikely any friendly ship will pass by in time. But that is her concern. Yours is the intriguing crate that some of your more enterprising crew fished out of the water. What could be inside?
A filthy scrap of paper.
And it's a page from a journal. On the way down, on the day we saw the pillars of Irem, they are not what I expected. Irem is the place one does not expect. This is its nature. You have seen it in your dreams. Yes, you found this page long after my death. I knew when I wrote these words that you would read them one day. Irem taught me this, and now Irem's lesson is all that remains of me. Well,
I think you need to get to London before you sink.
No, I'm fine.
Where are we?
Somewhere in the sea.
Why have you still got a red thing on your thing?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
You could scroll back up and try and find out what Lieutenant Lucan said.
Chat, remind me to scroll back down again. So a while back when Mia was ranting about Gaben and mentioned Metro Exodus, I joked about stupid depiction of Russia. Well, the game came out and I wasn't completely wrong there. And Lieutenant Lucan, NPC says he likes it. And Lieutenant Lucan says, NPC, it's not a bad game, but certain metaphors in the game are just plain stupid. I'm not offended in any way, but I'm just sad that even Metro is getting politicised. Potato says, I really want Mia to play Silent Hill Shattered Memories because it adapts its horrors to the player's choices and what the player sees. I don't want Mia playing horror games. He ends up having nightmares. Cell says, even the apocalypse... I've just got stairs. Even the apocalypse is not beyond politics. What a time to be alive. As Spotty Cow says, scroll down. Bernie says, Aunt Mia, get yourself a hammer, some nails and some wood.
Nah, I don't need that. Just a bucket of paint and the ship's good as new.
Nightmares. Yeah, indeed. So where
I
are
still
we?
haven't found that one port the Port Admiralty wanted me to see.
Oh, what was it? Can you remember what it was called?
Sure I can look. Journal. Where was it? Objectives. Secret of Immortality. Admiralty Commission. Retrieve strategic information from Gator's Mern in the Corsair Forest.
Corsair's Forest.
We're here, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, close to the jellyfish. And so NPC and Lieutenant Lucan are talking about Metro Exodus. And Spotted Cow and Cell are... I think it's Spotted Cow and Cell are talking... Oh, and Lieutenant Lucan are talking about D&D.
I had a very horrifying experience today at work. Sal, for some reason, decided to place some weird guy in my seat after I just left for a few seconds.
Oh, yeah.
And when I came back, he was just sitting there, and I couldn't, go back to my work because this weirdo was sitting in my bloody seat.
Yeah, he came over to have a chat with me. And you'd been gone for about half an hour, so I said, "Here, take me a seat."
For half an hour? You're exaggerating. Anyway, and so instead, I sat down on the free seat of the styrofoam hat guy, who himself had been gone for half an hour at this point. And I got to see what the world looks like from the other side of the table, and it's truly horrifying because I didn't realize it, but he sees the soup lady constantly.
Oh yeah, soup lady is in
out of the corner of his eye. Like,
yeah.
He sees her, and she just has this weird, odd grimace on where she constantly has her upper lips raised and her teeth sticking out, and it's truly horrifying. And I realized how lucky I am that I'm sitting just next to her and don't constantly have to see that. Anyway, returning to London, the lights of London welcome you home. The starlight only appears when you have been at sea for a little while. A breath of relief as soon as the gangplank touches the quayside. Quayside. The terrors of the deep sea lighten. Walk taller, smile more readily. But what dreams may cling?
Bunny teeth. Not so much bunny teeth, more like a dog in a snarl.
Yeah. Not something you'd want to see. Terror is always reduced to 50 when you return home to London, if it's higher. However, if your terror was high, you may suffer nightmares later. You now have one menaces and nightmare strength. Oh no. Collect a message from the harbour master. All the clatter and song on the dockside, it soothes the soul. Are there messages for you? Let's see. Something has changed in the Neath. Someone wants to sign on. The blind bruiser attends to business on the dock. And that's all for now. You now have one of this. Another day of free evening. Another day the rose market hasn't changed because it's higher than 0.
Okay.
Oh hey, this guy again. Good evening, and what a marvellous evening it is, if you don't mind my saying so. And given it is my impression you're an obliging sort, I imagine you will not mind at all. And since you're so very obliging, perhaps you wouldn't mind making a little detour via Mount Palmerston with a few articles of cargo if you happen to be in the area? The cheery man will, of course, cover your expenses for this trifling inconvenience. Of course. I mean, we are a ship after all. Transporting goods is our job, I think.
Okay, so we're doing it.
It is only, after all, a trifling inconvenience. Oh, if you would be so kind to deliver this little gift to our friend in Mount Palmerston, then they will see we gets to hear about it. And when you come back, we'll cover your expenses. Bon voyage! As my aunt, who was French by birth, if not by inclination, used to like to say. Mount Palmerston is generally somewhere northeast of London. Northeast, okay.
Yes, have you seen what you've picked up?
No!
You've just agreed to smuggle souls.
Yeah, that's cool. I have them too sometimes. Right. Where's the Port Admiralty office? Port Admiralty office, London. Carews, Wolfstack Docks, more crew, put your ship in a dry... Oh yeah, I'd probably need to do that. Who awaits you? A new recruit. Someone wants to sign on. On later visits, different officers will sometimes be available. Engage an officer, the brisk campaigner. Campaigner. Oh, you need a real physician. None of your surgeons. No, I'm good. The haunted doctor. Or a sailor. Nah, perhaps not. I don't really need any of these.
Haven't you lost some of your sailors, though?
Yeah, but I still have 7. That's fine.
Doesn't that mean that you're not sailing as fast as you could?
Yeah, but it also means we'll eat less food.
But
so we're
food
good.
isn't something you're short of, but speed is.
That's debatable.
Okay.
Where was the thing about the ship Admiralty?
Wasn't under shipyard, was it?
What? No, it was not. I assume.
Those are some nice looking ships.
Yeah, and I don't have any money to afford them. Oh, I should look. What is that? Oh, an unstamped crate of brilliant cell.
Oh god, the souls come in a crate.
A crate of exceptional human souls. It has never known the tender touch of the Imperial Customs stamp. Consequently, it cannot be sold on the open market, and you'd better not be caught with it.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Are we going to sell some of this stuff this time?
Oh yeah, do I have anything? Oh yeah, I need to look in the shops to see if I can sell stuff. Yeah, we don't need solace fruit. I want to keep my cannon, though. And my engine. Where was the Admiralty? That's like the only thing where I earn money here.
Is that the dark spectacled admiral?
Oh, I need to speak with this man now for that. You're ushered into his office of Mansion Spire, a cramped room with a vast desk. He serves you across that desk. Yes, the merchant captain of whom we hear such complicated things. Ask if the Admiralty can provide a little... No, thank you. I'm good on few, maybe. Submit port reports. The Admiralty's picket fleets and intelligence networks are long gone. Oh no, I already read that. So, Port Cecil, the principles of Coral. I have no idea why anyone thought that settlement was a good idea. Yes. I got 30 echoes for that rubbish.
Good.
The good stuff. Khan's heart. Been to the Soul Steps, eh? Yes, this kind of material is always of interest. How a nation could be so barbarian, so decadent at once is beyond me. But they're terribly dangerous. 75? Come on! Those are the enemy. It's worth a little bit more than that. But what about this big shroom? You've spent time in my Sigilia? Dear me, I'm almost terribly sorry. 50 echoes.
You got an achievement, though.
Yeah, I saw that. What about King Eater's Castle? 20 echoes.
They seem to be dropping each time. Is it that...
No, that's just because I select them in the burst order.
Okay.
I hope that Estival is going for more. 50 acres.
Okay, yeah.
I'd always wondered if it might be a myth. What about the Fathom King's Hold? 30 acres. Let's speak with the man. No appointment, but apparently I'm to show you in any way. Very well. Little fuel, some vital intelligence. What do I need for that? I don't have vital intelligence. Oh. I could talk with him about the moves in the great game. I have one. Is there anything you need, sir? Information.
Information.
Thank you. Visit a port and we'll be interested in the port report. Visit places of particular interest and we'll be interested in strategic information you gain thereby. We will pay you well, don't worry. We understand you can't be expected to act entirely for the love of the Empire. His lips curled. What's left of it, anyway? I was hoping for a more specific task. Anyway, here are some whispers. He has you repeat it all twice. He doesn't take notes. It's a little beyond me, he tells you, but I have a friend in the palace who will be interested. Very interested. Thank you. Here's your fee. Oh, I now have 14 favors with the Admiralty. I could actually buy fuel.
Spotted Cow says, I miss C64 game loading. You just hit fast forward and go past them. I think that might have been... There's big conversations going on about various games in chat. So don't forget to fix your ship.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that. Let Peters and Stainrod Illyrian. The Illyrian is an outdated model, but it'll get you where you need to go. Engine power plus 1,000. That's 200 more engine power, I guess.
So, are these lights for your ship?
Yes.
You have a light for your ship.
Yeah, but apparently they give me mirrors. Which probably help me while parking.
An aft weapon. You could shoot from your rear.
I don't know. I should probably just save until I can afford a greater ship. Fine, I'll try to save. I'll probably lose it all on the way back. Anyway. Dry dock. Dry dock. Where was that again? London. Put your ship in the dry dock. Continue. Visit the Admiralty fuel stop. No, that's not it. Admiralty yards. This will completely repair your hull. And it costs me only 3 favors. And 25 coins. Yeah. Back on track.
Okay. What was that?
I'm getting fuel from the Admiralty in favor of 1 Admiralty favor point. I've succeeded in a hearts challenge. The quartermaster is not usually friendly, but you have enough sailors' jokes and harbour gossip to set her laughing nostalgically. She's remarkably liberal at the measurement of fuel. I've gained 3 fuel units and lost 1 favour with the Admiralty.
Nice.
Is 11 units of barrels of fuel enough?
Depends where you're going.
Well, let's get another one. Only going to 2. Oh well. And another one. Another gain 3. And that takes care of that.
Alright,
Map.
so where now?
Northeast. Well, we need to deliver some crates.
Yeah, where to? Can you remember the name?
No. Hold. Journal. Objectives. Okay, maybe it's stamped on the crate? No. I have no idea where I need to go. I'll find out. Mount something something. Mount Pancake. Onwards we go.
Onwards, indeed. To war. Now get a bigger ship. To victory. Never enough. It should never be enough.
The question is it in here or is it up there?
Was this the one where we were looking for a forest, or was that a different one?
Sailors at the rail call softly. Something swims beneath the ship. I saw it looking up at us, one says, his voice a tremble. Oh, let's not look, or we can catch it. Which gives us a 30% chance of success. Do we capture the large eye in the sea?
The eternal fight of good and evil.
Yeah, he points at a spelling mistake made by Lieutenant Lukin.
Yeah, but it's a good one.
I'm not sure if I should catch the eye or not. Somebody help me, please.
I say no, let's just move on.
Okay, so Sal's going with the reasonable approach. What's Chat's opinion in that?
Go get it, Mir.
Thank you, that's all I really needed, thank you. No sign of the beast, empty nets, empty hold, empty house. The lookout says, you glare at him, but the damage is done. I failed an iron challenge and got a terror. Well, that's the worst. Well, that's not really that bad.
And Bernie says, go to the top right-hand corner. And he also says, move on, don't do it, Mir. And then Cell said, God damn it, Mir. Potato said, don't.
Oh no.
Oh, Bat Swarm, you're alright with those, aren't you?
I'm not sure.
You've done Bat Swarms before. You only need to strike me twice.
No. Recurring nightmares. You've begun to dream of a vast eye. It knows you. You cannot evade its gaze. I mean, do I need to dream about that while I'm being attacked by bats? Again and again, you're alone on the white black sea. The eye is aware. Your nightmare will come upon you from time to time, inspiring terror. Gain restful nights at your lodgings to help you resist it. If you defeat it, you may gain a secret.
Oh, pick up the goo.
Picking up the goo. I've gained 1 supply. We're eating bat goo tonight.
Oh yeah, the fog bank. We've been here before as well.
Oh no.
What?
A
Oh, it's a crab.
crustacean menace.
You can deal with that.
I mean, yes, I know I can deal with that, but I'd rather not. It's seen me. Why do they never stop when I shoot at them?
Eat it.
Ah, yes. We could dissect it for knowledge. Yeah, sure, why not? I've gained 25 fragments. Hooray!
And you listen to Spotted Cow, and Spotted Cow would say, "Remember me? I got Mad Cow." You listen to
You
the
say
Mad
that as
Cow.
if that's a problem. Oh no.
What?
The crustacean menace.
Oh, is there another one?
That's the crab cake. What's a crab cake again?
A crab cake. You've had crab cake at that restaurant where I made you eat fish.
Oh no! The crustacean menace won't leave me alone.
A maze.
The labyrinth of eels.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's promising.
Oh, big fish. Cell says, "Bluish. I'm pretty sure that blood was red as Mars." And Cell says, "That's a very short maze." And Spotted Cow says, "Just making sure, I can't be blamed." Oh, that's the sparkly stuff at the edge of the map that you don't want to get sucked into, Mia, because it makes you move slow. Remember?
The crawling stars. The lookout shouts far above the false stars in the cavern roof are shifting, a rare and ominous event. What now? Eyes on the deck! Forbid them to look. You can't really stop them, but you can at least discourage discussion. They won't like it, but it's safer. Or record the change and assign a name. If the new shape seems well omened, your crew may be cheered. Who knows? A matter of luck. Oh, I was unlucky. A darkness. 3 of the false stars wink out altogether as suddenly as closed eyes. A pattern that remains as hopeless and meaningless as cast dice. Somewhere a sailor begins to sob.
Oh,
I've
dear.
gained 2 terror. Oh well.
Oh well, and you just carry on sailing into it.
Oh no.
That looks bad. And
the hell
it's
is a life
400.
pack?
You hit it at 10 a go. Oh god, it spotted you. Run away,
No,
Mia.
it hasn't.
Run away. It's following you.
It's questioning my existence.
Run away a bit faster, Mia.
I'm going as fast as I bloody can.
Is the sun bad for you here?
I am led to believe that, yes.
Whirlpool, Mia. I wouldn't get into that. That looks like certain death, Mia.
Yeah, maybe.
Yes, everyone in the Undersea, whatever place, are magically cursed or something. Yeah, it's like we're in a giant cave. Like London is now for some reason inside a cave full of horrors.
I believe it was already.
What, full of horrors?
Yes. London. Oh, terrible, terrible place.
This bit of the sea seems strangely empty. There was something about the sun being a giant anti-magic fusion reactor. Mia needs to make bigger bombs. That's just a jellyfish. You should be alright with that, shouldn't you?
Distant bells.
You're close to the salt lions.
Yes, I'm aware. I must be really unlucky with my island streak here.
And Cell says the giant anti-magic fusion reactor says, which means everything is fine upstairs. Lieutenant Lucan says, I don't like being cursed. I didn't like it last time. Cell says, well, you should get hexed instead. Mia needs a better boat, or at least better guns. Yeah, that's what he's trying to save up for. He's trying to earn enough to get himself a better boat.
I'm thinking I should probably read a money-making guide.
Oh, what's this up there?
A port!
It is indeed.
Studan's Haven. It's not what we're looking for, but it's something. It's somewhere where I can file a port report.
And it's a little bit sparkly.
Ooh, frost fans. Towers and ramps and galleries and stairs of ice raised and spun like an architect's honey dream. No spider ever wove so complex a web. The towers are utterly pristine, untouched by human life, but a pitiable encampment squats by the dock. First and foremost, create a port report. Bickering amicably, not all are Eremi or Witherin. There's the odd researcher, the occasional deranged ice sculptor, now and then a very cold, very sad, rubbery man, but for the most part an atmosphere of friendly rivalry reigns. Right. What else is there? Engage an officer, the tireless mechanic. The tireless mechanic has had enough of Frostfound. He smiles at you over his spectacles, teeth chattering. So glad to see a ship at last. Ready to offer my services. I'm an engineer, finest you'll ever hire. Treat engines like my own children, but not that I have children. They're busy, usually busy. The tireless mechanic increases veil and fuel efficiency.
Nice.
Welcome aboard! I've actually just lost my last mechanic. Don't ask how. It had nothing to do with horrifying experiences spring forth from eyes. I had to pay for him, though. Let's ask the squatters about the castle. If you can enter, you should not. We get enthusiasts here from time to time. Yes, you might be able to enter the castle before the appointed time. You might even find something of value there, but you'd be despoiling sacred ground, my friend. It will take your stories from you. It will take your essence, yourself. And if you survive that, you'll likely anger the gods of the sea. Yes, they're real as the corridors of Frostfound are. Stay away, my friend. Stay away. I gained a tale of terror, but I don't know what to use for. I can't enter the Frostfound if my terror is greater than 20. Or I have a good reason. Well, perhaps not then.
Bernie says, need money? Go to work. Cell says, can't find work, become the work. Lieutenant Lucan says, can't find work, have you tried communism? And Cell says, if everyone is work, then nobody is. Lieutenant Lucan says, indeed.
Right. It's probably right there, or right there, or right there.
Maybe in the middle of the Bonnie Reefs and the sea lions.
I've just missed it or something.
Oh, wait, what happened to the lady with the weird eyes?
She kind of died a bit.
Yeah.
We took her to some weird sacrificial ground somewhere in the bottom corner of the sea.
Yeah,
we took her to
eyes. King Eater's castle.
King Eater's castle, and then her eyes exploded.
Yeah, they hatched.
She hatched.
She was rapturous at the time.
Yeah, she seemed to like it. Still, I wouldn't give this my highest marks on TripAdvisor. Restless nights. As the watches of the night you pad softly past the hatch to the crew quarters. A man cries out softly in his sleep, desperately. Another. Ignore them or inquire about their dreams the next morning. What did they see?
I think you probably can't risk any more terrors.
Yes, but I'm a caring captain. Eyes and a face. The whole Neath lit up like a snuffer mask. There's something in the roof, Captain. It's the roof. It's watching us. Eyes and a face. Eyes and a face. You have him subdued. No discipline this time, but you require first officer keep an eye on him. I have a first officer? Good. I've gained a terror, but I've also got 10 fragments. Hip hip hooray us.
I'm not sure about the fog. Oh, there's a thing, mate. There's a thing. It's very fast and it's actually quite strong. And I think it's spotted you now. Yep.
Oh no, it has.
Yeah. Oh, well, it was, it was a nice run.
Don't be like that. I've got them exactly where I want them now.
Oh, you might just do this.
What do you mean, just might? This is a guaranteed success.
Well done.
Investigate the wreckage. A fishing expedition. The crew manages to scoop up a few crates before the sinking ship loses its struggle with inevitably. What's this? I've gained 2 supplies, 1 fuel, and a crate of something. Crates. I love opening crates. A crate of fuel.
Nice.
The Antonine Abyss.
The Antonine Abyss.
Why didn't the map connect there?
Oh, there's something just to your south.
Are you sure? Oh yeah. Oh hell. Godfall. I've got no idea what it is, but it definitely earns myself a port report.
Yeah.
Godfall. Sometimes, just occasionally, bits of the roof fall off. Be glad you weren't here when this one did. Port report. What? Where's my port report? Speak with the monks about their newest member. They escort you to his cell. Used to be a sailor, one whispers. We were hoping you could help us work out what's wrong. The supplicant, an old bearded man, sits cross-legged and naked in Godfall's smallest monastic cell. At the sight of the group, he flinches. His wrinkled skin is covered in faded scars. No more freedom, he whispers. 10 of the clock, we sweep. 15 past 10 of the clock, we wash. There are orders. There must be orders. No more freedom, please. A monk hands him a mop and bids him clean the entire chapel by first bell. The supplicant squeezes it tight. Yes, master, he whispers, tears of gratitude welling up in his eyes as he scampers off. There's an awkward silence. He should make a very devout monk, one of the others adventures, once we finally get him into the habit.
I'm not sure if that's a bad pun.
I see. Of shouting, let them tell you about the past and present events in the monastery. Ah, there's my port report. Lovely, finally. They're eager to talk about their history. The stalactite, they assure you, was one of the citadels of the starved men who dwell in the roof. When it fell, a few of its occupants survived to become the monks' progenitors. How does that work, you wonder, with their vow of celibacy? They become vague and are suddenly eager to speak of the details of passing shipping. Well, let's move on.
So Lieutenant Lucan says, I finally remember what this game reminds me of. There was a really weird book about deep water divers that depicted them as weird humanoid species that lived underwater. It had bizarre images. Cell says, weird? Describe us these weird humanoids, Lucan. NPC says, oh, that's a creepy pasta called Recounts of a Deep Sea Diver. Lieutenant Lucan says, well, the book consisted of descriptions of their life. For example, if a diver tries to escape his suit, it would kill him because it would die of loneliness otherwise. And Cell says, just shoot the suit. Which I guess falls under the category of just nuke it.
With soup.
With soup.
Of course.
Yeah, it seems NPC and Lieutenant Lucan both know the same book. What's this?
A big rock. Is this the mountain? Where's the port?
I don't like those red bubbles in the water.
No, that's fine. They're like petals or something.
Petals. Carlisle's Haven.
Not really what I was looking for, but port report, everybody. Irem, none have ever spoken truthfully of this place. Irem, the pillared city, she will rise from the sea and the ice like dawn. She will be garlanded with red and decked with gold. The seven serpent will watch you longingly from its high pedestal. You will always arrive as a stranger, but when you leave, some part of you will always remain. Compile a port report. When you will sit down to write the report, you will recall that it was written already. Who wrote it? The report records that it was already written when it was found. Who found it? The report describes another report which will indicate the name of the finder. Where is the other report? There's a footnote which describes when you will record its location. When will that be? When all is well, and all manner of things is well. Welcome to Irem.
And Cell says, you were scared of those red little things, but didn't spot the giant skulls opening and closing their jaws under you from before.
Well, they're fine.
No, I didn't.
I can buy stuff here.
Anything to make your people feel better.
I don't know, but I want to make my people feel better.
Oh, you can sell your tales of... Oh, no, you can't.
I can.
Well, you can, but you don't get money for it. Your tales of terror. Oh.
I can't sell my tales of terror.
Extraordinary implication. That's a good bit of money, isn't it?
Oh. Yeah. Oh, another soul crate, which apparently is now a judgment's egg. How horrifying. I probably should keep that for the moment. It's probably more important.
Carlisle's Haven. I'm trying to think what that might be. An iron. Because a lot of these places correspond to locations in London. How many souls do you need in crates? Asks Cell.
I don't need any of them, but the guy I'm delivering to needs at least one, I guess.
Ash Isthmus. The divers in the book weren't human. They were creatures that were one with their suit. For example, a diver's hose is an everlasting lifeline that never begins and never ends. Cell says, is that like a Klein bottle, but a hose? Lieutenant Lucan says, well, it does begin at the helmet, but it never ends anywhere. And Cell says, why are you finding so many souls in crates if you're not looking for them?
The Empire of Hands. In the name and by the power of enduring majesty, a trade embargo and quarantine in absolute perpetuity has hereby been declared on the Empire of Hands. No ship of London is to permit aboard a Pentecostape without express and prior permission of the Admiralty. Any and all acts of spirifit shall prohibit it. They know what they did. Beware of stowaways. Keep a tight grip on your soul. Excerpt from a standard naval regulations volume. The flea-ridden mayor. With the regulations in mind, it's a surprise to be greeted by a mere itchy monkey in a tattered yellow robe, barely walking with the help of a ceremonial staff. Do we talk with them? Okay.
Yes, that's a yes.
Oh no! Cries the mayor in the broken voice of one not yet used to human speech. Come, make several selves at home. Old souls welcome in bountiful empire of hands. The crew shifts uncomfortably. They know the stories. It will take more than the natural beauty of this place to make most of them risk shore leave here. An occurrence, your empire of hands, monkey business quality is now won.
The apes watch you hungrily.
Communal wooden boats offer free passage to all travellers willing to row between islands. No, thank you. Port Santon. Soul-hungry monkeys reluctantly tend to this trading post, waiting for an opportunity to escape. Bloated fleas hop from ape to man and man to ape, gorging themselves without a care for which is which. No, where's my... I know that the Admiralty says no, but I want to file a port report. Prepare a comprehensive port report. If you have reason to brave the waters this far east, especially with the trade embargo, the Admiralty will pay especially well for up-to-date intelligence. Oh, they will. Nice. I need a empire of hands explore. I need to do all of this nonsense. Fine.
There were little divers who donated their hoses to be used as an ingredient of sandwiches, which killed them. The smallest ones were tea divers, used as tea bags. Yeah, it was weird.
Well, fine, let's talk with the mayor. He's not busy. No appointments are required. The flea-ridden mayor scratches himself on a chair made of crates surrounded by boxes of long, rotten trade goods. As a 5-souled ape, he would be able to petition for membership of court. For now, the trade embargo has left him trapped on the outside. A 3-souled overseer with no talent for order. Ugh. The mayor's shack. In better times, being overseer of Port Stanton gave the incumbent their pick of visitors to the Empire. Now it is as thankless a task as any to be found underneath. I do not want to sell my soul to the mayor. He doesn't have much to offer, but if you aren't using it, I get 200 echoes out of it. I could get fresh supplies. No, thank you. Emergency if you know. Excuse myself, please. Well, let's sail the Empire of Hands to file a port report, everybody. A wooden palace stretches across the whole island. Passage is lit by a field of tiny glimbuoys. Buoyan. Many boats circle the island, all keeping the distance. The one that gets closest is an extended rowboat painted in yellows, whites, and reds. 4 servant monkeys strain at the oars, while its true passenger sits in comfort behind a gauze curtain. Just for a moment an eye catches yours, but only for a moment. It would not be a high-souled ape to see something so beneath its notice. Aha, okay, I've got one explored thingy. Let's go back, please. I do not want to spend time here. Fountainhead Island. Oh, no, wait. Ash Isthmus. Neither man nor ape claims this volcanic remnant between islands. Haunted, they say. Ridiculous. The trip offers a little time to think on the penties. Technically, they are monkeys rather than apes, but it is not tactful to remind them of this. To their high-souled faces, the accepted name is Pentecost apes. In private, though, the bi-monkeys is about as common. It is, one might say, an ad hominem insult. Do I need to get into the forest to get my thing?
Parasynthetic vegetation.
Thrives in the Emperor of Hands. Well, fine, let's go gander through the forest. Wide natural paths run between clumps of trees, softly lit by dim green glow and the occasional glimmer of full stars through the canopy. Only the cracking of leaves and the soothing sounds of water break the serenity of this volcanic-forged paradise. Hunt for supplies. Not many of the plants and berries here are familiar, but some of them at least look similar to ones that were being eaten back in Port Stanton. Yeah,
No, that's a very high-risk challenge.
Relax in a hot spring. Steam and a hint of sulphur gently rise from a secluded natural pool flanked by trees and mushrooms.
That might help to get rid of some of your...
I've lost 5 terror.
Excellent.
You slip out of your itchy clothes and into the welcoming cares of hot, deep water. The soles and sweats of sailing life melt away as you simply float, bare and free. Above full stars glimmer bright enough to be worth wishing on. All around the glow of the trees casts ambient, calm and a silent peace. How long has it been since you had a moment like this? Since London? Longer, maybe?
I'd just like to point out Mia's just gone skinny dipping. And as Cell says, no matter how endless your sealed hoses are, you can't make them food. Lieutenant Lucan said hoses acted as water salami. I don't want to eat soggy salami. Tammy's going, ew. And Cell concurs.
A thought for your lover. What is the likely lass doing right now? Are you on her mind like she's on yours? Oh, those nights in Wolfstack docks, the noise, the passion, the delightful filth. The hot water hugs you tight as you remember her touch, your last words before departing, that half smile almost but not quite blossoming into completeness. How long will it be before you feel the touch of skin on skin once again? Awake to see her sleeping brow, always so furrowed, as soft and calm as the sea itself. Wait, what was that? Sounded like giggling. Oh no! A tiny blonde girl perches watching on a rock. Her innocent grin is spiced with a mischievous glee. She moves like a monkey. But she giggles like an imp at the look on your face being caught bathing in a hot spring, and the one that floods onto it as she scoops up your clothes.
Oh, she's running off with your clothes. So you're going to have to chase after her naked. You're running after a little girl with no clothes on. This is not going to end well.
Shipwrecked as a baby raised by the Empire of Hands, she now plays between the worlds of apes and men, neither quite one nor entirely of the other. The man that she put those down at once, or a desperate swim? What?
I'll leave this
What
choice
do you
to
mean,
you.
desperate swim?
Back to your boat, I'm guessing? I don't know.
I'm not swimming back to the boat naked.
Your choice, mate.
Okay,
Goddamn
put
animals,
that down at once.
Please.
I need those. The monkey foundling sticks out her tongue, grins, and scampers off into the forest on all fours. Your stolen possessions in a leather bag slung over her back. Her giggling echoes from deep in the forest as you splash after her in your goosebumps. An occurrence, your Empire of Hands quest for dignity qualities now won. Chase the monkey foundling, fire upon her, let them step. What?
No, fire upon them. Fire is like curse. Let there be a curse upon them. Let them stare.
Well, this is a desolate volcanic island. It's probably just me and that weird thing. I need those clothes back. Darn it, you cannot return to the crew like this. So into the forest. The branches scrape against your skin, the damp mud squidges between your toes. There is no sign of the monkey foundling, but the tracks are easily followed. Forest clearing. The footprints lead here. She has not even attempted to hide them. It's as if she wants you to follow. But for crying out loud! Ouch! My hand slaps to your stinging buttock. The little stone lands in the dirt as a familiar giggle comes from above. You look to see the monkey foundling dangling upside down from a branch by her legs, a blowpipe in her hand, and a bag just out of your reach, tantalizingly so. Taking a deep breath, you politely, very politely, request that she return your darn clothes now. The monkey foundling listens and gives it some thought, tapping her blowpipe against her lips as she decides. Say please, she grins. Please, there it is said. Pretty please? There!
With a cherry on top?
Pretty please, she adds, stifling a giggle. Pretty please, please. Pretty please. A gift from the monkey foundling. You appear to have pretty pleased her, and she decides you deserved a reward. She fishes in her bag and generously throws you a sock. A single, solitary sock. She learns a few new swear words as she races off across the branches, near doubled up with laughter.
Well, at least you can hide some of your dignity with a sock.
Close! A trap. You just spot the loop rope in time to jump over it, avoiding what would otherwise have been a nasty trip into the air. The monkey foundling looks disappointed. This one is not one of your regrets. I've succeeded in a veiled challenge. The chase continues. The monkey foundling slides down a vine in front of you. She sticks out her tongue and scampers through a break in the trees. A marsh of terrible stench. It is a place that skunks would think twice of entering if the Empire of Hands had such creatures. The monkey foundling, of course, is unconcerned as much at home. Yes, high in the branches or running in the forest paths. She almost dances effortlessly across a thin fallen tree that crosses the mire, surrounded by the foulest bubbling mud that has ever invaded your nostrils. She balances in the middle, daring you to try to follow. I don't have enough iron for this. You slowly cross the marsh. It is slow going. Your muddy feet slide against the thin trunk as it buckles and strains under your weight. Inch by inch, step by step, you slowly make your way across, until bored, the monkey foundling suddenly jumps up and down hard. The tree rolls under your feet. Your balance fails. You slip, tumble, and brace by a marsh whose smell will never leave you. You fly to the surface, streaming brown and dripping green violently, coughing up a gagging throatful of the foul slime. The monkey foundling sits cross-legged in the safety of the trees, holding her nose as she points and laughs. I've failed my veiled challenge. The monkey foundling dances. She pirouettes on a tree, saluting as you approach. Ambush! A screeching Pentecost ape drops from the branches. The shock on the monkey foundling's face makes it clear this is not part of a little game. Its rage is focused entirely on her, the ghost of the Ashim Isthmus, and the bright cell with which it can uplift itself to glory. It limps from the trap earlier, its fur blood-soaked and glistening. It lunges at the monkey foundling, who half rolls, half falls off the stump, and yelps as it catches her by the leg. She rolls, shrieks her own howl as she lashes back with a kick that shatters fang and splits its lip. This only further enrages the frothing ape. It strikes.
Let's just see what chat's had to say, because they've had to say quite a lot.
Yes, I could. Yes.
Including say hello to Ralph.
Hello, Ralph. Goodbye, Ralph. You'll have left.
And
by
hello,
now.
Aussie Wizard.
Oh heavens, hello there.
Who came just in time to find you running naked in a forest chasing a child.
But you mind not reminding people of that.
Goddamn animals, this is no place for children. Salamir, hello, long time no chat. Let's see, I'll just keep to the bits about the story. This never happened. Lol. It sounds like a stupid test of achieving nothing.
You want my clothes back, please?
Poultry business. Mere chasing after a child is scary business given his previous parent board affairs, let alone naked. Margaret from Mum's Net is on to you. Goddamn brat. Mia, do we need to call the police here? Do you need to be the poor guy sitting in jail naked? I'd be pretty pleased to strangle this brat. We've got lol, punch a child, just kill them all. Do a Vietnam, Mia. Get some Willy Pete. And watching a Mia stream and having a Sabaton on in the background, it's a good evening. You have someone sabotaging you, Spotted Cow? No, he's wearing Sabatons. You need some War Thunder with that. Feeling wise, kill. Feeling wise, kill, but my morals say save. Have some morals for yourself too. Sabaton, have some good music. Right, there we go. We're at the end of chat.
Does that mean people want me to save the bloody child?
Are you going to help the child?
She meant you no real harm. She was only playing. Rock beats ape. You reach for a stone and bring it crashing down on the distracted ape's head. Its skull cracks, dampness spreading. It collapses to the ground hard. It is not a child's face that looks up at you. Still, you reach your hand down. The monkey foundling just stares at it for a moment, something human returning as the adrenaline fades. For a moment, it almost looks as though she will take it. But no, she leaps up on her own, bounding away towards the dark safety of her jungle, and then stops. Hesitates. She looks back and tilts her head, beckoning you to follow. Is a look that suggests the game is over, perhaps not yet quite finished. A small hut in the middle of the forest. It is this where the monkey foundling lives? Why would she lead you here, of all places? Playmate of the monkey foundling. The monkey foundling herself is nowhere to be seen, but she has left you something. It sits outside the hut, carefully placed by a large happy face drawn in the black sand. A little prize for being such a good sport. Your clothes, however, nowhere to be seen. Of course, as the monkey part of her would no doubt demand, where would the fun be in that? I've gained one outlandish artifact instead. You returned to the ship naked! There's no avoiding this any longer. An out-of-uniform experience. The crew reacts with the expected amount of sympathy to your naked return, which is to say exactly none. By the time you board the ship, every last crew member is on hand to see and cheer, with more than a couple letting off flares as impromptu fireworks. It is many days before the needling ceases and you're able to give an order without first scouring it for innuendo. On the plus side, it does boost at least the rest of the ship's mood while it lasts. And you have a new treasure for your collection. You've had worse days.
Oh, well, you've lost 10 terror. And it hasn't actually added to your embarrassment score?
I have an embarrassment score? A scouting trip, Fountainhead Island. This bloody port report is better worth at least 100 echoes. Ancient secrets peek out of the trees. Any may visit, but few penties ever bother to make the pilgrimage. A young and ancient empire, the Empire of Hands is hardly as old as they pretend, but mimecy and the theft infuses their whole culture. If the penties have come to think that rulers should be buried in ancient temples, then it is ancient temples they will build. It would hardly be the first time their attempts to mirror humanity have entirely missed the point. Fountainhead Island. Swiftly growing vegetation keeps a thick forest wrapped around invariably ancient ruins. Even the yet-to-be-plundered ones are heavily scarred with crowbar marks. A temple in the forest. In a clearing of parasynthetic trees looms an imposing structure of wood and stone. The vault of the first emperor. It stretches through the forest in a number of styles, each designed by the whims of the latest Pentecost apes who felt it needed to be made grander. It would take a dedicated team to break in and uncover its secrets. Perhaps you'll bring one here later. Fine. I'll go back then. But at least my quality is now 1. I can make a port report. What's the last one? Heartsake Island. No, Heartsake Island.
Yeah, Heartsake.
A thin pillar of greasy yet appetizing smoke rises from the only human settlement in the Empire. Ah! The Blumenbach quarantine. The Admiralty has never stated precisely why it seeks to keep the Emperor confined, though most opposition to it, Fate's once said oppressors, actually encounter a Pentecost ape. They have been easy to corral, however. Though they do not lack wit, there is not an inventive bone in their hairy bodies, and no amount of stolen humanity has taught them the art of creating engines. The survivors of a pirate expedition have stolen this land, where apes are unwelcome except as an entree. The lost treasure hunter, he squints at a map, muttering incoherently, or approached the village. Greasy smoke and guilty tempting aromas rise from a collection of huts around the Long Beach pirate ship and a field of pointedly impaled monkeys. Who do we speak to?
While chat are deciding whether you go for the lost treasure hunter or the village, let's have a look at what chat's been saying.
Oh no, I did not like that one message I read there.
Tammy was finding it quite funny. I think it's fair to say. Potato said, muddy, foul-smelling sock on your knob. Your crew will never let you live it down, not even the souls in a box. Another NPC says, this monkey belongs in the Marine Corps with her ingenuity. No, right. Yeah, with concrete on her feet. If he's put a sock on his knob and has spread a viscous mud in his smelly, is he some sort of rudimentary kinky mummified carcass? It depends. You find mummies kinky?
Yeah, at this point I might as well go back to Venderbright and pretend to be dead. In-game jokes, everybody. Venderbright was the city of the dead.
Yeah, indeed.
I'm going to talk to the treasure hunter.
Okay.
North Reach City, the bats have brought down. He wipes his brow. Have you seen a big X on the ground by any chance? I got these 4 map pieces that got me this far and said X would mark the spot, but I can't find an X anywhere. He looks at the map sadly. It should be here, it says. Now, where am I supposed to dig? He's too busy to talk right now, but adds that he will be in the village later if you want to trade adventuring supplies. Don't try the meatballs, he warns, getting back to his research. You just don't want to do that. Alright, approach the village. An explosion almost takes off your head. Sorry about that, booms the boisterous pirate, lowering her smoking blunderbuss as bits of shattered tree rain down. New arrival, are we? Well, if you haven't got a tail, you're all right by me. He squints momentarily suspicious. You don't have a tail, do you? Wouldn't put it past the thieving little buggers to go shaving one of their own. Wouldn't know fair play if it kicked him up right up the arse. His voice is louder than his blunderbuss. The congealed meat juices in his thick beard are better not considered. He doesn't look so mad. It was not madness that drove these pirates to cannibalism, but years of being shipwrecked without the comfort of meat. After a while, any meat would do. Yeah, they seem a friendly sort and are shocked at the idea that they would ever be such poor hosts to eat a guest, but then they have no shortage of supplies. Yes. The sea is quiet, the journey's pleasingly uneventful. You have not been eaten by a cannibal. So, that's good. All things considered a successful trip. Finally, Port Stanton. Give me my port report. All of them warrant further attention for now, though it would be best to see if your initial discoveries can whet the interest of anyone back home. A comprehensive port report. The Empire of Hands. Do I send them on shore leave?
I don't think that's a good idea.
But there's a Zeppelin. Turned away. 2 monkey guards wielding rifles and rusty bayonets block the bridge. This is not for your eyes, outsider. Avert them. Walk away. Walk faster. Good human. Fine. Do we leave now?
Yeah, people in chat are talking about pre-internet e-sex being done by fax.
What? Can we please not? Map. The Empire of Hans, Khan's glory.
You're actually
Saviors.
rather short on fuel for how far away you are.
No, I'm not. Recurring nightmare watched. The sea is bright as milk, full stars above are black on a pitchy bed. Something is watching you. Its gaze enfolds your boat. You're transparent as glass. Go deeper into the nightmare or flee the nightmare. Increases nightmare strength. If it reaches 5, you'll confront the nightmare. This is dangerous, but may win you a secret. Yes, let's eat it. The eye wants to learn you. Well, let it. You'll learn the eye in turn. Increases on across the sea. Beneath you, the eye grows wider. The water begins to warm to steam. Remove your garments. It may soon be time to swim. Ah, I see. It's that sort of bloody nightmare. I've succeeded in a heart's challenge, and I've gained 1 tale of terror. I've also gained 1 menaces. The nightmare strength is now 2, and 2 terror. Ah, lovely. Oh yeah, there is a zeppelin. Ow.
Whoops.
That was intentional.
Remember that your hull damage is also rather low. And you're a long way from home. You're as far as you can be.
I'm fine.
Which means that the things that you're going to come across are as tough as they can be.
I'm fine.
Me and no more stripping, it's not worth it. Well, Cell is declaring that there's nothing sexier than technology.
Oh no!
Ooh.
It saw me.
We're away.
I could use some music now.
Yeah. Remember to have a safe password with the fax machine. Consent is key, kids. Lieutenant Lucan says, why did I Google sexy fax machines? So I have missed out an awful lot of...
Going by what the chat is talking
saying.
about, I don't think you need to find out what chat was saying.
Although Ralph points out that keep in mind this was all started by Mia chasing a child for his clothes, the FBI is probably watching us closely.
The polythreme. Let's commingle and endure. Here is screaming.
Oh, nice.
Oh, taciturn clayman. Taciturn claymen, evasive clothes, colonies, walking like humans, cobbles that groan underfoot, on the hills above a palace villa of marble, but even that writhes like bird bones on an earthquake. Gather intelligence for the port report. Oh, we could carry claymen to London. Ah, yes. The king with 100 hearts rules from his palace above the city. He is never seen, he makes no treaties with other lands, but there's unrest in the air. The clay men you speak to are obedient and humble, but they speak nervously of those who are not. The maimed, the rebellious, the unfinished. How's my hold looking? Oh yeah, I can afford... Oops, that's the wrong one. Let's carry some claymen to London. Are they passengers or cargo? They're certainly the easiest passengers imaginable, unless one turns out to be an unfinished man. They troop aboard. Each one lies down in its appointed position, next for the others, nested snugly head by foot. We are for London, explains one of them. I now have 6 claymen. Nice. It's an expensive place to reduce terror. How much terror does that get rid of? No, I don't mind if my men are terrified, actually. Oh, I could buy more clay men. Yeah, that's useful. Anyway, onwards and outwards. The tortoise. Is that part of Khan?
Oh, it might be, because you're close to Caen, aren't you? Oh, it's a bit north, though, for Caen.
Yeah, but the architectural design looks a lot like Khan's glory.
Oh, that's Caen music, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't need to enter Khan. I'm just gonna sail straight through here and hopefully find the one place I was supposed to be.
So what are you going to do about these nightmares? Are you going to try and build up to 5 and see if you can confront the nightmares?
Well, yes, of course.
Bernie's
Top right
still
corner.
saying top right corner.
I was as close to the top right corner as I could possibly get.
Question for chat, and I guess Sal, would you rather have a sexy robot or a sexy human as a companion?
Can I just have the robot?
Yes, of course you can. But only if it's a sexy robot.
Why do I need to have either of those in? I want to have a... Hold on, is it my definition of sexy? Can I define sexy as very clunky and...
Sexy is to each their own.
Lovely stuff. Okay, I believe that the Protectron design from Fallout is the sexiest version of a robot possibly available. I'd like to have that. Nobody make any fisting jokes, please. What? What?
Sorry, it's hard to hear you say something like that and keep a straight face. It's just not the kind of thing I would expect to hear coming from you, like... A wristing joke.
Oh no!
Oh, you'll get those, no bother. As long as you get them to circle you instead of you circling them. Oh, ow. Oh, your hull's red.
I'm aware. Would you mind? You're not supposed to be that slow. This looks silly. Alright, let's loot. We've gained some fuel and some supplies and a crate. And it's a cask of wine.
Very nice.
Well, that fuel should keep us going back to London.
Yeah.
That was actually quite handy.
Yeah, but look at your hull.
Don't you want to read out chat? I feel like there's lots of stuff flying by that you're missing.
Let's see. Yeah. But there's stuff about brainless sex bots and...
I'd rather have most of my robots without brains. Introducing organic components into a robot is kind of counterproductive.
Yes, he agrees with me. Well said, Sal. Spotty Cow says robot, but I want it to have a working AI or VI. What's a VI? Virtual
intelligence.
Yeah. VI is a crapshoot, says Sal. Lieutenant Lucan says, if sexy robot is just a brainless sex bot, I would pick the human. Potato says, I'd rather have the Assaultron from Fallout 4. Spotted Cow says, so Mia wants Fisto?
I said I don't want that.
And Lieutenant Lucan says, Fisto says, hi Mia.
Mm-hmm.
Ozzy says, well, it's not a whole arm. Tammy says, isn't Fisto from Masters of the Universe? The Spotted Cow says Fallout New Vegas. Tato says the robot will be as intelligent and can have a personality if desired. Lieutenant Lucan says, who knows, we would never know which option he picked when he first found him in Fallout. Zell says Eva is where it's at. Lieutenant Lucan says Fisto is a sex bot from Fallout New Vegas. You can test it out to see if it actually works before you bring it back to the quest person. Zell says, Mia, what do you think about Zeppelins?
Love them. We need more of them, preferably personal ones, but those are entirely space inefficient.
You've only got 2 fuel, Mia. Are you going a long way round?
I am going. The dubious maelstrom. Yes, I am going the wrong way round.
Oh, that's a storm. A maelstrom is like a hurricane.
I want to go fly into one. Games like Heroes of Might and Magic taught me that those just teleport you to wondrous magical places.
Another NPC says, Fallout New Vegas, you say? Whatever it is, I want in. Lieutenant Lucan says, you haven't played Fallout New Vegas, NPC? New Vegas is my favourite game of all time. It got me into gaming real bad. Made Fallout my favourite series. Cell says, indeed, though I read if you learnt your NPC-ness from Envy. Lieutenant Lucan says, if sexy robot is just as lifelike as a human in its intelligence, I would pick a robot. It's less likely to die or leave you.
Uh-oh. Don't you dare.
You're hull, Mia.
I'm aware.
And you still need to get rather a lot of hits on it. Oh god. Oh, you're gonna death by jellyfish.
I can't die to a jellyfish.
You can, and it wouldn't be the first time. You're not even shooting at it, Mia.
Skillfully evaded.
And you've only got 1 fuel
Yeah,
left.
but we're right here at Hunter's Key. We're literally in the neighborhood.
Ooh.
And I have a whole barrel of fuel left. I will arrive in London with more than half of this bar full. I hope. There's no doubt in my voice. I will arrive in London with more than half of this bar full. Watch. Watch in wonder and amazement. Is that a pirate ship? It's not. Far off, very far off, someone screams.
Mia has the skill to kill himself.
See? Arrived in London. With more than half of the bar full. A breath of relief. We've lost some terror. Something has changed underneath. Someone wants to sign on. The blind bruiser returns to business on the dock, and that's all for now.
I think you should go to your lodgings.
Right, what? On a site, how are we doing for time?
Oh, we have 10 minutes left, so probably enough time to just peruse.
Of course. Peruse your comprehensive port report in private. Perhaps you're unwilling or unable to take it to the Admiralty. No, I need the money. Rest in a room for money? Are you mad? I need that. Back to the city. Admiralty, I bring you port reports. From Godfall, pirate monks. I honestly have no idea what we're supposed to do about pirate monks. What are they up to? I've gained 30 echoes. And polythreme. Oh yeah, I should sell my men. I've gained 1 favor, the Admiralty, and the King with 100 hearts. What a useful fellow. Without his export, I'd be delivering my own coal. Let's talk about Frostfound. Is it as beautiful as they say? I doubt it. Poets are notorious liars, but liars make bad poets. A paradox, isn't it? Never mind. Your report. Irene. Oh God, what tense is it written in? Oh God, just read it to my colleagues here. He'll give you your fee. I'll be over there when you're done. I don't think he likes Irene. Anyway, the Iron...
Oh, hang on. That's just a port report. Isn't there a different one for giving intelligence, special intelligence or something?
I do not have vital intelligence.
Oh.
Submit my port report about the Empire of Hands. Oh goodness, what are those accursed monkeys up to these days? You didn't bring any of them back with you, did you? Report submitted. Such a ghastly place. A pause. You know, there was somebody here asking about it only recently. Delightful lady, as I recall. Most delightful. Yes, I shall take the liberty of forwarding her your address. Something new awaits me in my lodgings. 300 echoes? Bloody worth it.
To run around naked in the forest.
Don't remind me. It's over now. I've replaced the memory with money.
Mia's dignity has a price. It's confirmed.
My lodgings. An invitation to Benthic College. Your travels have caught someone's attention. Oh no. Benthic College is pleased to invite you to an exclusive and educational evening with Lady Agatha Threadgold. Agatha. Treadgold. Delightful adventures and raconteurs of thrilling true tales of feist and spunk. On the back is a scribbled note. Come speak to me afterwards, darling. Opportunity beckons. Attend the lecture. A trip to Benthic. Benthic is the most open-minded of London colleges. You find yourself waiting for the lecture in a queue of students, devils and bohemians, observed with some scorn by passers-by in Somerset colours. Delightful adventures. Her feet have trodden lands most underneath have never even heard of. Her eyes have seen every opportunity for fame and glory while there. An evening with the delightful adventuress. Whoever she is, she knows how to pack a hall. Not a seat is empty as she takes the stage. The fine cuisine of the Chalinet, the darling Claymen, all but a prelude, my dears. Her stories tend towards the fanciful and conveniently unprovable but delightful adventuress, as the credulous audience spellbound for hours. Many of her tales of monsters and lost cities have a common theme. She visited them, or head of a certain Lady Leona Fortescue. the quite adorable, daring archaeologist with whom she sparked a bracing rivalry back at finishing school. The rest are tales, bitter as the sourest grapes, of being cheated of triumph by the very same Fortescue whose fanciful fictions are fit only for the penny dreadfuls. By the end, her stories are notably more bitter than boastful. She still receives a standing ovation. My Empire of Hands thing is now 14. Her business proposition, the delightful adventurous masked claim man Barnabas, escorts you to the principal of Benthick's study, where she sits sipping brandy by the fire. Ah, my dear Captain, firelight glints in her eyes as she raises the glass. I hear you are recently returned from the Empire of monkeys? Hands? Yes, of course. It is a rare breed that can make such a voyage. Foolhardy, too, perhaps. She sips her brandy. I wish the child that the no doubt fine vessel.
You've gone from Scottish to Russian, but never mind.
Fine vessel to that primitive little island chain. There I shall find what I need to show up in the infernal Leonora Fortescue once and for all. And you, the delightful adventurous squints, sizing up. Sufficient compensation will not be a difficulty. A most mutually beneficial arrangement, you will agree. Of course! Money! Splendid, splendid. The delightful adventuress drains her glass dry. Then we shall see you upon the morrow for the voyage. Barnabas, pack my valise. Adventure awaits. Yes.
And Potato points out quotes Mia saying, I shall never do that, not in a million years. Who do you take me for? Gets hit in the face with a stack of money that falls into his hands. When do we start?
Yeah, that's me. Do I just sell the Claymen?
Yeah, how do the Claymen get off your ship?
I remember. Maybe... deliver Claymen! This is where they wanted to be, or at least where they're supposed to be. Ashore, one by one, they rise, uncomplainingly, with no trace of stiffness or discomfort from the long voyage. The deck resounds beneath their heavy tread. A shroom yard manager waits on dock, tapping her foot. About time, she says. Here's your payment. Come along now, you. There's a good construct. 120 echoes. I'm finally moving up in the world.
Yeah, you've got 1,000 echoes now. Bernie's saying, new ship?
I don't think I have the money for a new ship. That's the downgrade. That's my current ship. And for this ship, I'd need 2,000 echoes,
and
which would be the next.
How much is your current ship worth?
1,000 echoes.
Oh, I
I'd
see.
be trading in my old ship, so I'd need
2,000.
another 1,000 echoes before I could afford this ship. Oh well. How are we doing for time, by the way?
We're about there, actually.
Oh, well. Let me just quickly repair my ship while
Yeah,
I'm here.
I'll do the outro while you do that. So,
The Admiralty Yards!
you're calling in favours.
Yes, of course I do. Oh, I'm almost down to 1,000 again.
Yeah, but you've done well for this stream. Yeah. So, hey, cheese. Hello, welcome to the stream. But we are just wrapping up, I'm afraid. So, if you enjoyed watching me playing Sunless Sea and wish to see him running around naked in the forest chasing after little
I was just about to say, I'm very glad that you didn't repeat the actions of today, and then you just had to rub it in, didn't you? I did not run after tiny girls naked in the forest for any good reason. No, wait. For very good reasons, I needed my clothes back.
So if you want to see what kind of shenanigans Mia gets up to next time, Mia will be playing this again at 8 p.m. GMT next Wednesday, so that's 2 hours ago from now next week.
If you're watching this live.
Yes. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. GMT, I shall be playing Pixelmon. And I shall also be playing Pixelmon in the wee hours of the morning because I have a little match set up with Merry Gamer. So if any of you guys are awake during either Australian afternoon or American evenings or European middle of the night, you might want to join us for that. Otherwise, I'll be streaming Pixelmon sometime over the weekend, and Mia will be doing things on Monday. So thank you for watching, everybody. Before we say goodbye, is anybody... Let's see if anyone we know is streaming that we can go raid.
You should have announced that earlier,
Yeah,
but now
before
everyone has
everybody's
left.
already gone. Oh, a little age. Shall we pop in and see a little age? Well, we probably... Yeah, everyone's gone already. And Potato will be streaming Saturday and Sunday. Double stream day. Well, thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. Oh, but Mia, how do I get out of this
Press the escape button as usual. Escape means you escape the nightmares of full screen. We discussed this.
Bye, everybody.